Hello, precious viewers. It's a big win for you and I. Mind you, there are those who are in ICU, others in high dependency unit, HDU. There are others whose sanity have been compromised. They don't know what to do next. Not forgetting we have multitude who are hopeless in this world because the world has evil and wickedness. So we have to congratulate ourselves. We have to be happy. We have to be jovial because we've won. To appear in soberness, it's not a thing to be taken for granted. Yeah? We are victors. The good word, the word of our God from the book of Psalms chapter 33 verse 10. Yeah? We are being told that it is all written. Let me quote exactly from the Bible. The Lord bringeth counsel of the heathen to nothing. Yeah? The Lord bringeth the counsel of the heathen to nothing. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. You see? You and I have causes and reason to continue celebrating because we are not on our own. There's a hidden power, frequency, vibration guiding us, protecting us, preserving us, securing us. Yeah? Okay, I'm from Kenya. Time is around 7 sharp p.m. and we have reason to celebrate. No one should be in that sober mood. We are celebrating. Though I know that tribulation, ravages, trials are all around us, but we are coming out in one piece, not in pieces. Okay, I happen to have 2 careers. The first one is community development and social work. I have a higher diploma on that. It's also a win because for a human being to stand firm in this life, it's indeed a struggle. The second career is that I'm a designer of clothes. I've designed this blouse that I'm wearing by my own, using my hands. I didn't use the sewing machine. A few months back, evil people broke into my mansion and stole that head of a machine. I'm still struggling to replace it. But you know what? One uses always what is at your disposal. That is why with a needle and a thread, I've just made this. It's a blouse and it has its skirt. Here in Kenya, we call it a kitenge material. It was brought to me by one of my children as a gift. And it's you and I to be at a position to utilize whatever is around your vicinity, because we don't have time to blame, we don't have time to complain. We have everything. It's you and I to open your third eye and watch out what you are to engage in order for you to live a life worth living. If I couldn't have gone afar to design the blouse, maybe I would be wearing a tattered t-shirt. Yeah, that would have been the end up game. But I did it. There's nothing impossible. Humanity has been given all. It's you and I to have that courage to apply the urge, they apply the passion around you, and you're emerging as a conqueror. Okay? I would request anyone out there to work with me in this today's topic concerning the type of people that we've encountered in our life. Yeah? I'm at my advanced age, and I've passed in my teenage, I've passed in my middle age class, and I'm where I am now, over 50 years, and indeed I've encountered all types of people. Weird people, humble people, generous people, liars, scammers. Yeah, I have encountered them all. But today I would prefer we engage in this topic of people who count themselves to be above everything just because they are wealthy. And mind you, most of them acquired the wealth they have through shoddy deals. They scammed someone, they did a corruptible deal, they were bribed, or they even stole. Yeah, there are those who have a tendency of being ritualistic. They are using all mechanics to gain wealth, and at the end of it all, they just prefer to despise others. Yeah? Of late, okay, I'm from Kenya, and of late I've noticed that people that we voted in, they've turned against us. Because in our constitution, it's enshrined that before any project is installed or any development within a county level or even a ward level, wherever it is to be installed, public participation should be involved. But here in my country, they have evaded that situation, and it's only that a few just sit in a boardroom, plan whatever they want, and they are better to take off. But this hasn't augured well. It didn't augur well with the Kenyan citizen, because we've realized that corruptible deals are involved where those politicians are pretending to install development projects. First foremost thing, what they do is that they engage in themselves acquiring the tenders. And in those tenders, they double the amount that is required to install a project or even make it thrice. And as we are here, this has affected the way of our living in my country, Kenya. Teachers and doctors and many other government officers are not paid on time, or even they are going without their salary for months. That is why we are witnessing demonstration on our Kenyan roads, because who can ever work without being paid? It is next to impossible. Institutions like health, education, agriculture, and many others, they have collapsed just because of all this. There are systems, evil ones, and policies that are genocidal, that have been applied by our regime, the regime that is in, and it has made the economy of my country to go on its knees. It has been affected. Where we are, the situation is so pathetic, and people have chosen to highlight what they want, the type of country they want. They are all around social media, Twitter, TikTok, even Facebook, airing their views, and that is why most of these politicians have reciprocated to despising us citizens. A few hours ago, one of them just gave sentiments that were so bitter to many, and this was the sentiment that we Kenyan citizens, we shouldn't be in a position to acquire or even ask where the taxes are going on, because most of us have been asking concerning an airport, JKIA airport, that is in dire situation. It needs to be renovated. And instead of those concerned engaging public participation in order for us to plan on how we are to do next, they just brought a globalist from nowhere. They planned what they did, and the end up game is that there was bitterness all around, because we realized that the person who was given that tender has been a liar, has lied into other countries. The person isn't a true engineer. The person is just a liar, and can't be involved in renovating any project. In fact, the guy who was given that tender is a wanted guy in one of the globalist countries. So as where we are, the situation is so messy, and it's by the grace of God, because we don't know what will be next. the politicians are also bitter. It seems as if there's a battle line drawn between the citizens of Kenya and the politicians, because we want to drain that swamp. We want to restart everything in order for us to start living a life worth living. Mind you, we are giving out our taxes, but they are being mismanaged, and when we inquire about it, that is where online war starts. That is where other politicians, mostly from Coast, there was a guy from Coast who happened to be a CS, who has threatened Kenyans that he will start abducting them. In fact, he stated that he'll come after them. When someone announces openly to the world that is coming after you, anything can happen. And that is where we are. It's my prayer, it's my wish that even, because all what we are passing through is being witnessed globally, may those globally who used to be our partners in businesses and other issues intervene and see what they have to do with this regime, because we are just tired. We want to restart everything in order for our institution to be revived, because the politicians that are in now, they're just speaking nonsense and they're not ready to dialogue with the citizens. In fact, there is a multitude of enmity. It's by the grace of God, and indeed it should be the grace of our God, that Kenyans will see the next day, because the atmosphere is becoming so hostile to many. We are just encouraging ourselves, because at least there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And before I wind up, okay, we have these classes of our daughters and sons that we educated, and by the grace of God, one thing led to another. They got jobs abroad, but we have realized that they're not ready to return back home with lame excuses that, oh, if I happen to go back home, I have an uncle who is a wizard, I have an aunt who is a witch, they are after my life, they don't want to see the well-being of me. I would rather stay abroad in order of being killed, instead of being killed by my own relatives. What type of nonsense is that? Why didn't we eliminate them while they were in our wombs and we had that chance of doing so? Is it now that we are so cruel, so wicked, that we are in a point of trying to eliminate them? For what? Even if they have gained wealth, we are contented as parents with whatever we have here. We are contented. So I would advise those of our kids, let me call them our kids, who are abroad. There are those in America, others in Europe, yeah, they are in Middle East, others in Germany, Australia. They should stop all those sentiments that they are spreading, and know very well that charity always begins at home. The more you communicate with your kinsmen, your kinswomen, the more you communicate with your siblings, even if you tend to classify them as if they are nothing before you because you are more educated than them. Mind you, blood is thicker than water. The more you communicate with your people, your relatives, because those are the people who have genuine love. The ones that you are with, they are abroad. It's just a fake love. They love you because of your money, because of the status of your job. If tables are turned, you know the true color of those friends you have. So my advice to these all guys abroad, let them have a tendency of visiting home. Don't just apply those nonsensical statements to a point of just staying abroad for over 10 years, 20 years. And there are those who have ended up being poor, and shame have been their identity, because as years move on, they didn't have that tendency of having bank account or even investing, and they came to realize they are living under the bridge. They are immigrants. There are many immigrants there abroad, because no one cares about them now, and the end up game is that they die shameful death. Let them have that wisdom. Connect back home with your relatives. They love you. and you should reciprocate. Don't have any excuse as to why you're not coming home. And there are this category also, they don't want to develop where they were brought up. And when mostly the ladies, when they get married to those European or white people, as they call them, they don't want to bring them home because they know they'll be blamed, they'll be ashamed. Maybe they've been classifying themselves to be celebrity abroad there. But when they come home, their suitors will realize that these people have neglected their parents, they have neglected their siblings, and we all know how it will end up. Someone will be divorced, separation will follow, and that is the end up game, because the ways of lies is short, but the truthfulness will have a long way to go. Let's all be truthful to ourselves. We all plan our life and proceed to be people who are meek. Be humble. Don't despise anyone. And above all, be truthful to yourself, because the world that you are in has its regulation, rules, and codes. And you and I, when adhere unto this, we end up being happy, jovial, and we keep in each and every day. It will be celebration for you and I. It's all done, it's all said, and those are my sentiments. Thank you.